Hello everybody, welcome to the North Suburban Beat. I'm Steve Hahn, and I'll be bringing you the latest items of interest from our great 10 North Suburban cities. On this show, we find out about some gardening tips and about community gardening from a local master gardener. We meet one of the official scorers for the Minnesota Twins, who just happens to live in our 10-city area. And we catch up with the latest news on our franchise renewal, including the defection of one of our 10 cities. But first, we are seeing the end of summer and the beginning of fall. The last days before school starts, they are all symbolized to me by the Minnesota State Fair. The Beat spent a summer day at the fair checking out lots of the new attractions, like the History Center and the West End Market, and some of the old favorites as well. We especially want to congratulate CTV volunteer Barb Wills for winning a blue ribbon for her beautiful sweater in the Creative Activities Building. It's not her first blue ribbon at the fair, but it's the first time CTV volunteer Barb Wills completed her project during some downtime on a local parade shoot.
It's State Fair time again. Whether you're an annual guest of the Great Minnesota Get-Together or you haven't visited in a while, this year's 12 Days of Fun are some you won't want to miss. Big changes mean big excitement. August 21st through Labor Day, you'll experience the most significant improvements to the fair in more than 75 years. Let's take a sneak peek look, but you'll have to head to the fair to see the finished product and all the surprises that await you.
So, how did your garden grow this year? No two seasons are ever the same in Minnesota, so the tips from a master gardener can come in handy. We met up with Falcons Heights resident at the City Community Garden for information on the best ways to have a successful and fun growing experience. Falcon Heights participation has grown with a waiting list for plots, lots of community involvement, and even an operetta again this year in the garden. With complete servings from the plots, remember the State Extension Service is right here on the U of M campus and always available online.
My name is Dolores. I am a Ramsey County Master Gardener. One of the biggest mistakes I have seen with people who are starting things, gardens or something of that sort, is to go humongous. You just can't do it, and you get very discouraged. But if you start small, you can expand, and you'll probably end up liking it a lot more. Some things are easier to grow than others. Gee, things like beans are really easy.
So what does it take to be the one who scores a crucial call at the Minnesota Twins games? Shoreview resident Stu Thornley not only serves this year as the Twins' official scorer, the one who decides whether the play is a hit or an error, but he got to score at this year's All-Star game. A longtime student of the game and an author of multiple books on the history of the sport, he is considered a local expert. Our reporter got to see him at action right down here at Target Field.
Triple, three-base hit, 3 RBIs.
I grew up, like many others, as a baseball crazy kid and played it through high school, but also was doing other things with it. I became bat boy for the Minnesota Gophers. One of the things I was doing along the way was keeping score at games, not really thinking about it that much, but on most of the games I'd go to, I'd keep score. I was keeping score of games off television. I had my own scorebook and didn't know that someday it would be a handy craft to have and becoming the official scorer for Twins games. I've done online scoring with MLB.com since 1998, and then I became an official scorer for the Twins games since 2007. And we actually work for Major League Baseball, so we're not employed by the teams. We're not supposed to make scoring decisions that might favor one team or the other, so we are independent of that. But official scorers are assigned to the teams in their area, so the only games I do are Twins home games. Yeah, the All-Star game was coming, and it was a terrific experience. And I've been to a number of All-Star games, but here to be more involved in it. And I did things all 5 days from Friday to Sunday. It was a great opportunity, just something I'd been looking forward to when it finally came. Just enjoyed all of the days of it. They turned all-star game into an all-star weekend now, and so everything leading up to it. It was a good game too. I've been to some that the all-star games changed in the past years. They get so many players into it. I thought this was good that the big hits in the first inning were by Derek Jeter, Mike Trout, and Miguel Cabrera, maybe the three biggest names in the game, or at least in the American League. And to see the top players perform well, and seeing Glenn Perkins come in at the end to finish it off, everything was great about it. Just try to remember during it, just enjoy it. Don't feel too frazzled or anything like that. Just make sure you're enjoying this experience. It's going to be gone pretty quickly too.
On August 18th, the Shoreview City Council voted to authorize the mayor to notify the North Suburban Communications Commission prior to October 15th, 2014, of the city's intent to withdraw from the NSCC as required by the NSCC Joint Powers Agreement. The city also retained a law firm to assist the city in negotiating its own franchise agreement with Comcast and to handle Comcast's request to transfer the franchise to Midwest Cable. The Shoreview Council had initially planned to take this action on June 2nd, but Mayor Sandy Martin convened a meeting of the NSCC member cities' mayors and managers just prior to the council meeting to discuss Shoreview's concerns about the legal fees expended on the franchise negotiations in response to a commitment by the group to reconsider revisions to the NSCC Joint Powers Agreement. The council voted to table action until the August 18th meeting. While the Joint Powers Agreement requires notification of its intent to withdraw by October 15th, a city may rescind its decision to withdraw prior to the end of the year, and the city of Shoreview reserved its right to do so.
No further questions. This is an important step, and I think that we've had good discussion over it. We certainly have spent a year meeting in every different at every different level and format to try to discuss this. This is certainly not an impulsive decision. It's been one that has been going on for several years, but particularly the last year. So I'm quite comfortable with this motion, and I definitely will support it. And I'll ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Wickstrom.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Quigley.
Aye.
Martin.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0.
Now let's see what else is happening around the 10-city area on our community calendar. It's time for Friday Night Flicks. Free Fridays at dusk at the Hoffman Pavilion in Shoreview. The fun starts at dusk for favorite family movies on the giant inflatable screen. September 5th, it's E.T. at 7:45. Bring a chair and/or blanket and plan for a great family evening. Do you ever wonder where dreams come from? Come and explore the land of Could Be, the place where dreams are born, and all the possibilities of life are yours to behold. Join Rosetown Playhouse for Once I Jump, an original theatrical experience inspired and created by teenage participants. Watch, explore, and interact with the hopes of the next generation in this one-of-a-kind performance at Roseville's Tamarack Park. The event features dance, comedy, music, video, photography, storytelling, and much, much more. Come prepared to travel throughout the park and start on the path to your own stories, hopes, and dreams. All you have to do is jump. Join them Thursday, August 28th or 29th at 7 p.m. Both performances are held at Tamarack Park. Well, that's it for another edition of the North Suburban Beat. If you have a story idea for this program, please contact us at ctvnorthsuburbs.org/NSB, complete with all the links we mentioned in this show. I'm Steve Hahn. Thank you for watching and have a great day.